I won't play a game. How long is Stanley Parabola? Oh, it's long. 4 hours. 7 million gajillion babillion hours? 10 years? Oh no, bros, my ligma. I don't think I got 10 years into me. My ligma's fatal. I have fatal ligma. Oh, we're supposed to do a Dress Up Darling watch along this week. I'm sorry I haven't put out a schedule. Yeah, this whole thing kind of like fucked shit up for me. Like really bad. I'm sorry I didn't put out a schedule this week. But tentatively, if all goes well, I want to say that we could do Dress Up Darling watch along on Discord sometime this week. I want to say maybe we could do it on Friday night after we hang out with Zen for her debut and we play Crab Game. So late Friday night we could watch Dress Up Darling. I don't know if you guys might be interested in binging it and staying up all night and watching it with me on Discord. I don't know. We'll see. I have to talk to my mods to see when they would be available, and we could plan out the days that we could do it. But I have Speak of the Devil with Zen on Saturday, and then I have the IRL stream on Sunday. And oh my god, today is Wednesday? Wait.
Be well, mousy.
Oh, it's Wednesday right now. Okay. Oh my god, I had like a mini heart attack. Today is Wednesday. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel. I wanna play games. I wanna play games. It's hump day. I like video game. We were supposed to do Zelda this week, but I just couldn't do it. I can't. I hate that I have shit that gets in the way. I'm sorry. Shit always gets in the way. No sleep stream! No! Stop! No sleep streaming. Oh, we could play... How long is Fierce to Fathom? I have episode 2. How long is Fierce to Fathom? 3? It is not 3 millennias. That's quite short. Maybe I could start Stanley Parable today. I kind of really want to play it because I'm curious. I feel like everyone and their mom has been talking about it. Alright, we'll play We'll play some Stanley Parable and see how long it takes me. If I start to feel sick, I'll run away. You could kill her. I cannot sit down and kill the Reaper today. Are you crazy? You're nuts, bro. There's no way. How long is that gonna take me? A millennia? A millennia? A millennia? Whoa, what the fuck? Where did I go? Oh my god. Oh my god, that was horrifying. Where did I go? I like ran. I went into I fell into the abyss. It was like something grabbed me and pulled me away. Alright, hold on. I gotta fix something. Filter. Da da da. Da da da. Dun da dun da dun. Oh yes. Thank you. Thank you for the Bitterly's DJ. Dorime, interi mo adapari dorime, ameno, latire mo. Dorime. And also, you should create a class this weekend. What? Say what now? La criatura? Did I say la criatura this weekend? Done. Rose. Ugh, English. No. Yeah. I'll put it like here. Please enter the current time. It's 2 a.m. It's 2:22. Make a wish. It's 2:22. Sorry. Ah! Am I gonna be working in an office? Setting. Hey, what the fuck? It's like endless in the computer. Whoa. Never. The end is never.
Sending all
This
the
is
good
the
vibes
story
I
of
can
a
and
man
hope
named
you and
Stanley.
your family feel better real soon.
Thank you.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And
Every
although
year?
others might have considered it soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized...
Oh no! I clicked something by accident! What did he realize? No! Oh no! I wanna know. I'll never know.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Phew!
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
He was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh my god, I am Stanley. I hate Mondays. There's nobody else around. Hello? Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't get the memo. Of course I didn't get the memo. Somebody made copies of my ass.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They're all gone. Oh. I turned off the computer by accident. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to turn off your computer. I didn't get the memo.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You know what, motherfucking narrator? I had a feeling. I had a feeling. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna touch. You. Oh shit! I got 2 achievements. You can't jump. What's that achievement? I have a feeling I'm gonna hate this man. Whoa. Beauty. How am I supposed to know anything around here? No, I turned it off! I wanna go online! Narrator, give me a fucking clue or something. Please. Who farted? It wasn't me. It was you? I knew it! I knew it was you. Whoa, another who farted cup. Seems to be all the rage now. I think that says fuck.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck off. I don't like this man. Well, Stanley's gonna finish drinking this chalky milk. And hope that the narrator eats a fucking dick. Oh, somebody dropped their coffee. I'm still gonna do it just to spite you. Oh my god, are we in the back room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Thank you for the Betelgeuse Verditum!
I am so excited to be here to see you play Stanley. This has been my favorite game for almost a decade. Try to ignore people and choose for yourself what to do in this game.
Can I do a poll? Can we do a poll? If I should go left or right? I kind of really want to go right. But I feel like I have to go left. No? I kind of want to go right because he told me that I had to go left and it makes me want to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I want to drink a soda. I don't want to drink the room. Yo, I'm in the back rooms. This is weird.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh my god, you are so annoying. I hate you already.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
not good at making decisions in my life. I think it's very clear. Alright, this one looks like cool, but this one looks kind of scary because, like, where are you leading me to?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I kind of wish I would have gone the other way.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Whoa.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Make sure your slide has a slick little graphic in the head. Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. What is hot? What the fuck? The death sport portion? In the primary review schedule? But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. What the fuck? What kind of company am I working for?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa! Cool.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What the fuck? Holy shit. Should I have... What if I would have put another number
Descending
in there?
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I think I'm just gonna do the opposite of everything this man tells me to do.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again.
Shut the fuck
This
up.
has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, maybe I do gotta go down. Try 888 twice? What if I do 11111? Tell me.
Eight.
Something talk to me! Banana bread. I spoiled 8. 8 got spoiled? I don't know. I think it was great that I got to know 8.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Listen, I'm a man of many talents.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Whatever.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I am waiting. Come.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
Come!
and willingly confront
Bring
his
it!
death.
Bring on my death! Holy shit!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Whoa.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I mean, I'm not dead yet, though. Am I?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oof. Yo, what the fuck? I'm being spoiled. Don't worry about it. I won't fucking remember. I won't remember this in about 5 minutes, so it doesn't really matter. Wow. There is no wrong way to play. Solitaire! No, come on! I want to play solitaire! I fucking love solitaire! Yo, what the fuck? This is crazy. This is the spoiler ending? Is this the typical ending that people get? Alright, I guess I finished the game, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I broke it. I broke the parabola. How do I start the game again? How do you make a JRPG? From a cool man. What the fuck?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
What the fuck?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I did. Just walk it off. Wait, what was that? What was that subtitle?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, here we go. Hey yo, back at it again, baby!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Copy
Life
nut.
without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm a great employee, motherfucker. What can I say? I'm gonna run this company into the ground. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. $1,000 penalty?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am powerful! Alright, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Shut up.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I missed the momo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, I know I can't jump. I got an
lounge
achievement
was
that said I
sublime,
can't jump.
A work of art. But eager to get
I got
back
an
to business,
achievement earlier that
Stanley
says
took
that
the
I
first
can't
open
jump.
door on his left.
I know I can't jump. I just want to know what happened if I killed myself.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Who?
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who the fuck is her? Is it Eleanor? Oh man. I wish I could have jumped on that platform. I didn't make it in time.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Cool. I think I'm gonna start over.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Who is she?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh my god.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Playing Unalive Myself Simulator.
Stanley
Let's
was so
fucking
bad at
go!
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. No. Never. I'm Puerto Rican, never. I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know the meaning of the word happiness.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh shit, red.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
My favorite color is blue, baby. Ay.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
You're damn right,
don't let me
motherfucker.
stop you. Do you see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I wanted to see titties.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I don't know. I know, bro. Orange means danger. Very suspicious. I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know, but I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Whoa.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it
This
some
is a
playtesting.
hashtag ad.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Is he sticking out his dick?
Yes.
What the fuck?
This seems like it'll work. Let's
It's
give
like
it a
he's
shot.
whipping out his wiener. Ugh.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Yeah, I'm fapping right
Yes,
now, baby.
That must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
Oh shit, the
and it
magical
seems there's
ass!
even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out
Shit,
there.
magic ass, bro. Oh, baby, hanging outside today. Having a good time in the mountains. God bless America and God bless freedom. I love freedom. Freedom isn't free. Hell yeah, brother.
No, it can't be.
Oh yes, baby.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh no.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can
I'm
just go
calling
in
the
any...
president.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Take me to paradise,
I
baby.
think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley,
Why are we
if
in
you
fucking
manage to get
Rocket
lost in this
League? What
game,
the
I will
fuck?
be phenomenally impressed.
What the fuck? Why are we in Rocket League? I love
Okay,
Rocket
so what
League.
exactly do we do here?
Damn, I haven't
Let's
played
see.
Rocket League in forever.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
You son of a bitch. Look at this. What you doing? Put me in a fucking car. Come on. I want to play my favorite sport. Car
Are you
ball.
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
You're damn
Stanley,
right.
I have a thought.
I love
and
playing
I realize
with
I'm not
balls.
a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports
Yo,
experience.
he said sportsologist!
Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Give me all your balls.
More balls!
Give me all the balls. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Hey, give me all the fucking balls. Give me all the fucking balls. I'm not a sportsologist either, don't worry about
Are
it.
you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yeah.
Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I
Hell
sure
yeah,
hope you're
brother.
having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Suck my dick. Oh, sorry, I had to blow my nose. You son of a bitch. I can't believe you left me stranded in here. Could have at least left me with a ball or two. You son of a bitch. Can't believe this.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I'm getting away from you.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
You fucking tsundere. I've invented tsundere. You can't play that shit with me. I know you're watching, motherfucker. Can't fucking play that shit with me. Is this where you've been this whole time, you old pervert? In this fucking room? Touching yourself while looking at me? In the picture screens?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Swear to God, you're stroking
Once this
your
ends,
dick.
after it all comes to a close,
He sounds like he's
then
stroking
I'll
his
be back.
wiener.
The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, god damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Back
simply
here
missed
again.
the memo.
God damn it. I want to play it. I want to play the song. Perfect.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. I kind of want to come back here. Fuck it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh yeah, I got butterflies in my stomach. I like a
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible it wasn't 5 years ago.
I don't know where my roll is. Baby,
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen
I'm
to you?
Puerto Rican. I don't give a shit about
I don't know how to
anybody.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
What if I do blue, blue, but then do red when he was like, no, go through the red door?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Holy shit, Joe
Don't
Rogan.
you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh.
What do we want?
What do we
What
want?
are we looking for?
Freedom. I want freedom. Freedom isn't free, you know.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't
Oh,
it?
no.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh my god, I don't give a fuck. Do you want to know how many fucks I give? 0. 0 fucks. Whoa. Drogas. Should I jump to the door or should I jump into space? Oh wow, so beautiful. So beautiful! Oh, I can't go. It doesn't let me. God damn it.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Oh my god, you are so annoying.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I hope the stairs crumble underneath my feet. I hope the stairs...
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Ah, yes.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Sweet release.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Where is it? I'm like a bird on a fly away. I don't know where my soul is. I don't know where... Is it this again? Why am I going so slow now? Shit. Is it because I'm almost dead?
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I can't go back! I can't go back.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yes.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yes.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Motherfucker, I
Am
used
I
to play
reading the
Roblox. Of
situation
course
correctly?
I'm unhappy.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
Yes.
Well, this one is yours.
Take care of my Neopets. Woo! Woo!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Alright, now I kind of feel bad for him. Kind of. Only a little bit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't
Stanley
feel bad
decided
for
to
him
go to the
anymore
meeting
'cause
room.
he
Perhaps he had
reset.
simply missed a memo.
Stay in the room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I swear to God, motherfucker.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
All this
There's
time?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Who?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh, who?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Where's my wife?
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Where's my wife? I can unplug the
Stanley,
phone?
Is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature. Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
This son of a bitch.
Just a matter of time.
Took away my freedom.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
Think you're
not
gonna
the
take
correct
away
way
my
to the meeting
freedom
room,
and get away with
Stanley
it?
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
I'll
wanted to
never
stop
let
by
you
the
have my
employee lounge
freedom.
first, just to admire it.
And here it was, the
Took our
lounge.
wives. He took our
But eager
jobs.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
He
his
took
left.
our freedom. I'll
Stanley
never
was so
let him
bad
win.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Son of a bitch.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
take our
nothing but
fucking
you
truck.
all this time. There's
take our
someone you've been
dog.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is
my
it,
dick.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you
Open
do
the
that?
door.
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Open the door
It's
right
definitely here,
now.
clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
You fucking
Music comes
liar.
in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
My goodness.
Less? And finally, if you begin to
It's
wonder if your choices are
3:27.
actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the
I'm
world,
supposed to be
just
having a
remember
ball sack.
that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have
Oh,
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
You son of a bitch. You think this is funny?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Oh, no.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What have you done, you son of a bitch? Put safety on me like I'm some sort of baby? You son of a bitch. I got Nicholas caged.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Oh,
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Shut up. 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 Shut son of a bitch. I'll always choose freedom. Freedom isn't free. Can I sit? Sit, have a seat. Take a load off, motherfucker.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
What are you waiting for?
No,
what are you waiting for?
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh, shit.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Yes, I'm
My entire game
clever.
is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
No.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
No.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Hell yeah, brother! We're free to be free! I'm gonna be free forever.
Left.
Can't tell me what to do. I'm American.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
Tips for
find
not
an
getting
answer
fired.
there.
Talk less. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive-aggressively, then resent Perfect. How to solve problems.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Never take away my freedom!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Banana bread. Banana bread.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Banana bread. Banana
I'm
bread.
sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Banana bread. Banana.
Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
You didn't give me a fucking choice, you piece of shit!
Over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Banana bread.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Shit.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Banana bread.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Holy shit. You
It's okay, I can wait.
needy
You need time to
bitch. What the
decide.
fuck?
Time
Dear
to
God.
make sure your choice is correct. That is the best
Calm the
choice.
fuck down.
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide
Holy
what's the right
crap.
thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Stanley, please. Stanley, please. Stanley. Born on a
All of
bread.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stay in the room? I can close the door?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
That was
He
the
had
best
never been
ending.
trained for that. No.
This is the
This
accurate
couldn't
ending.
go any way except badly.
This is the
The
social
thing to do
anxiety
now,
ending.
Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Ah. Alright, hold on, I gotta peep. I'm here. It's been 84 years. It's been 84 years. Oh God. Ugh. I gotta take medicine. Gotta take medicine. How am I? How am I? I'll tell you.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
I peeped. Be honest, bruh. I don't poop often,
When
and
Stanley
when I do
came to a
poop,
set
I
of
poop
two
like a
open
fucking
doors,
bird.
he entered the door on his left.
I kind of want to go to the right, but I'll go to the left. Thanks for telling us.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Where's my wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the fuck? Motherfucker.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well now.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here?
Oh no.
Should we
no.
be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Oh no. Clear.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Uh-oh.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, Then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Whoa.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
No. No, you don't.
Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
What did you say? What did you fucking call me?
Never mind. You're not a dork.
What you fucking call me, you motherfucker?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Whoa.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Whoa.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all
October
meant
2013,
something.
I was in a hospital.
Oh, the waste.
You motherfucker. What makes you think I want to remember October 2013? I wasn't free back then. I'm free now. You son of a bitch. Trip down memory lane, my ass. Holy shit. Go outside.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
What?
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Minecraft? What the fuck?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Oh,
The
God.
Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and
dear
rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone,
Oh my
to spend the
God.
rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed
help
hall
me.
of beloved video game.
This is the worst. I don't like it.
These were simpler times,
Oh my
Stanley.
God.
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Let me in.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Dear God, get me out of here. I just want to be free.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, yes. Perfect reviews.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny. 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 Dear God. How do I get out of here? I'm trapped.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh,
Dear
goodness.
God.
This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. Dear God. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards. The deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years. Until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sick. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
Jesus Christ. How many years has this been and you're still molding?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the
Oh shit. Everyone you've ever loved is dead. Ooh, very beautiful. Oh, not beautiful. Uh-oh. Guys, I think I fucked up. Guys, I think I went too far. Guys. Oh, Jesus. Is it is it the freedom ending? Jesus Christ. All right, I'll do...
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh my god, it's new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable. and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh my god, it's a huge ad. Taste the sequel.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What the fuck? New content is out. Look, it's the new hotness. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Wow. Oh my god, going down the red carpet. New features. Oh my god.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
What? Hear your name in the game. Oh, that hurts my ear.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece,
You
it
son
is.
of a bitch!
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
A free achievement for me?
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm
You
not a
son of a
wizard,
bitch!
Stanley.
You
but
got
I
me
guarantee
again!
it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You son of a bitch! You bamboozled me again!
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Cool merch.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I want to piss in
The
it.
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
How do I let go of it?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wow. Number go up. Number go
God,
wow.
it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Where is the hole? Take me to the hole! Take me to the hole. Take me to the hole. Take me. Take
Stanley,
me.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, A hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? Me. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I love holes.
A normal
Bro, thank you for finding this book. I fucking love holes.
Forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Jump in again? No, I don't want to jump in because he wants me to jump in it now.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the whole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What was that? Whoa!
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. You're no longer using up the
Speelt verweeuwd. Er is no way. Hij is normaal met een eerste bed in de zon.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Toodle-piss. Toodle-piss. Toodle-peep. Wow. Oh God, I just saw the time. I'm starting to feel not too great, and I need to take my medicine, so I'm gonna have to quit the game. But hopefully it's saved. We'll play more when I come back. When I stream again, we shall play more. my god. Oh, Jesus. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Oh, thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Sorry if I'm cutting it short. I wish I could stay out longer, but I'm starting to feel not too great. I'll try to be back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back on... well, wait, by tomorrow I mean today. I don't know. Actually... Oh... I'll see. I'll let you guys know if I feel too sick to come on. I love you guys. I'll be back soon. I love you. Everything's gonna be okay. Bye! Thank you for hanging out with me.